Crisis Center this morning with the latest development. Good morning, Candace.
Good morning, Danita and Dave. So theft in office and soliciting or receiving improper compensation, those are among the 12 counts that suspended East Cleveland Mayor Brandon King is currently facing. Now, King has been the mayor in East Cleveland since 2016, and he pleaded not guilty in November. He was released from custody after posting a $5,000 bond. King is accused of unlawfully authorizing city contracts with businesses owned by him and his family members. He's also accused of improperly providing a city vehicle and thousands of dollars worth of gas cards to former city councilman Ernest Smith, who was also indicted and has pleaded not guilty as well. Now, at the time, Cuyahoga County prosecutor Michael O'Malley said King, quote, demonstrated a complete disregard and disdain for the rule of law, adding, quote, the citizens of East Cleveland deserve better. Now, back in January, the state Supreme Court, they voted in favor of suspending Brandon King from office. And since then, Sandra Morgan has been serving as the interim mayor in East Cleveland. Today's trial is set to begin at 9 a.m. Back to you.
All right, Candace here reporting for us this morning.
You know, there's something tragic about power in the wrong hands. And in East Cleveland, it hasn't just been misused. It's been exploited, corrupted, and downright weaponized. Mayor Brandon King, elected to lead, trusted to serve. But what the residents got instead was a masterclass in arrogance, nepotism, and financial chaos. City workers unpaid, public trust shattered, and his own city council begging him to resign. This isn't just a story about one corrupt mayor. It's a warning about what happens when no one is watching and power becomes a personal profit. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Kamara Reacts.
It's a dangerous love affair.
East Cleveland is on fire. Mayor Brandon King, yes, the mayor, is now the one answering to a judge.
Mayor Brandon King on the November 8th ballot has now reached a boiling point.
Well, East Cleveland city leaders say the mayor has now called on his law director to turn to the Ohio Supreme Court to stop that recall vote. However, a few hours ago, the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections confirmed that that recall attempt will remain on the ballot as they await a final decision.
News 5 investigator Joe Paganakis with us live in the newsroom right now with the latest on the attempted recall of Mayor King. Joe, East Cleveland, no stranger to these recall votes.
Rob, 3 of East Cleveland's council members have faced more than a half dozen recall attempts in just the past 2 years. The city's previous mayor, Gary Norton, was removed from office in a recall vote in 2016, and now Mayor King could possibly face a similar fate.
Know him personally, he's a nice guy. I just don't like the way he's taking care of business.
Latik Shabazz is a longtime East Cleveland homeowner who believes the effort to recall Mayor Brandon King is not political, but rather a response from registered voters who simply aren't satisfied with Mayor King's effort in administrating critical safety services in their neighborhoods over the past 5 years.
Every other light, street light is out, okay? And some of the street signs are down. So when it's dark like that, you're inviting crime.
Still, some East Cleveland leaders like Councilman Nathaniel Martin say constant recall votes over the past decade are politically motivated and damaging to a city that needs unity. Martin telling News 5, quote, the recall effort against the mayor is not productive, but I will wait for the recall process to unfold. While other city leaders like Councilwoman at Large Patricia Blahoviak believe Mayor King's record has earned him a recall vote.
He's giving contracts to his friends. He's spending money that hasn't been appropriated by council. He's not giving out information that's public information.
Mayor King is fighting back. City Law Director Willa Hemmons filed this petition to decertify the recall with the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections, claiming the recall petitions have been unlawfully certified, saying 43 people signing those petitions did not vote in last November's election, leaving the petition short of the 311 signatures required to bring the recall issue to voters. But Councilwoman Blahoviak believes it's Mayor King and Law Director Hemmons who are out of line, that a city law director paid with tax dollars should not be representing the mayor in this case.
She is supposed to be working in a nonpartisan way for the city, not in a partisan way for the mayor's campaign to stay elected.
Meanwhile, homeowners like Shabazz are expecting a large East Cleveland voter turnout if the mayoral recall vote takes place on November 8th, since the Ohio governor's race will also be on the ballot. Shabazz believes Mayor King could be recalled if voters ask themselves one simple question.
Are you satisfied with your city services? Yeah, he will be out.
And just as I've done the past 7 stories News 5 has covered on East Cleveland issues over the past 2 years, I reached out to Mayor King to get his side of the story, but again, so far, no response. Courtney, also no response from East Cleveland Law Director Willa Hemmons.
King was supposed to be cleaning up East Cleveland, but turns out he might have been cleaning up for himself.
Playing out in the city of East Cleveland tonight, city council members and the fire union accused the mayor of misappropriating funds that were supposed to go toward a new fire engine. Matt Rascone went to City Hall for some answers.
The purchase for a new fire engine has been in the works for more than 2 years.
We can't do anything in the city unless we know how much we got.
Before City Council President Twan Billings' time in office,
we can't afford to have outdated equipment.
The East Cleveland Firefighters Union president told me the situation is severe. They need the engine so they can service other engines and respond to 7,000 plus calls a year.
We gambling, we rolling dice with people's lives.
The resolution signed in January 2022 authorized Mayor Brandon King to enter a contract to buy the custom fire engine for more than $679,000. The engine has since been built, but this week Billings says he learned the money isn't there.
Where did the money go? That's what I'm asking. Where did the money go?
It was set as a loan.
It was a loan.
We want and I intend to do my best to deliver these vehicles.
We called, we emailed, and we went to City Hall to talk to Mayor King. He didn't talk, but his law director told us.
It never was a specific restricted fund just for the fire engine pumper. What we did was we planned to borrow the money just like any other consumer purchaser and most other municipalities do. We didn't squander the money.
No, the money was appropriated strictly to purchase the vehicle.
Billings and the Firefighters Union told me that's not the case, and they argue Mayor King has had 2 years to work out an alternate finance plan.
These men and women that's out here are putting in their life in jeopardy for us, and we can't even give them the basic necessities.
Now, the law director argues if City Council will get on board, they could secure a loan for the truck within the next 6 weeks. Billings stressed every day they don't pay for the fire engine, the price goes up.
Ooh, all right, that hurts. Matt, thank you so much for bringing us the...
Over $76,000 in shady contracts, leased city space to his own business, sold cleaning supplies to the city. He ran City Hall like a family corner store. East Cleveland said enough is enough. They brought in Sandra Morgan to steady the ship, but trust, that's going to take time.
I'm Remy Murray in East Cleveland, where it's all about getting to know the mayor, where you can see several resource tables set up and dozens of people seated behind me with questions and concerns on how the direction of East Cleveland plans to move forward.
With a good administration, we can grow again. That's why I'm here today.
A community that has been troubled with crime, abandonment, and even corruption is hopefully on his way of getting new life through the work of interim Mayor Sandra Morgan, which gives hope to people like Eve Westbrooks.
I've been a homeowner in this city for 46 years, and I know this city has gone down over the years, and I'm hoping that she would be the one to help raise it back up.
Westbrook says she understands this progress will take time, but she says it will be a relief when her concerns of illegal dumping, road repairs, and the reduction of critical services are addressed.
We didn't get like this overnight, so it's going to take time for us to grow to back to where we were. We may never in my lifetime, may never see it the way it was in the 60s, but at least I may see it the way it was in the early 80s.
Since stepping into office 7 weeks ago, Morgan told me during a town hall event on Thursday that she and city council members managed to pass his budget in 25 days.
That's the first time that our budget has been passed unanimously by city council and on time and at or under budget in a number of years.
Morgan says city council also passed legislation to cut down the number of smoke and hookah shops opening up in East Cleveland, while also working on new laws where retail shops like gas stations and convenience stores could soon have a curfew to prevent people from hanging around late at night. She says she's even looking into fixing the roads and replacing pipes thanks to $20 million in support from different stakeholders. But most of all, she says she wants to hear from the community to restore pride through initiatives to bring in more money and businesses to make East Cleveland vibrant once again.
I'm looking forward to turning the page on East Cleveland to a more prosperous city.
The next town hall event is on May 10th at East Cleveland Public Library. For News 5, I'm Remy Murray reporting.
This man had the nerve to stand in front of the people like he was a hero while allegedly robbing them blind. The audacity. East Cleveland deserves better. Corruption is not leadership. Sound off in the comments. Should Brandon King be permanently removed, or is this a media hit job? Like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.